Good evening, teacher, and good evening, everyone. And today, I'm going to introduce you about a topic which is related to psychology and mental health. But before we get through into the topic, we must understand, we must know the main cause of the video first, like the name of the owner. I'm talking about the name of the owner of the video or the talker, the preacher or the one who gives speech, and also the main problem and how we do it. And it is very complex or complicated for most people to commit or do those things. So the video started with a girl whose name is Maya, and she has faced a lot of problems in her life. Probably during the pandemic, for example, like from 2022 2024, I guess. So this is just my prediction. Well, during that time, she had faced a lot of struggles, obstacles, or you can say problems, financial problem, family problem, mental health problem, like anxiety, depression, social anxiety, and sleep deprivation. And don't forget to mention that her father also had a severe illness, so she had to work very hard, extremely hard, to to earn income to support her father's health. And she also had to maintain relationship and time with her family. This means that she needs to spend time with her family, her children, and especially her husband. So she has a lot of responsibilities, yet she chose to do it anyway. Now let's get to the main point. So what is the main point of this video? So this video is about mental health stability. And she mentioned that there are 3 tips or 3 ways to develop to develop social stability, or we can say that mental stability back to normal. So what are those? So let me explain it slowly and clearly. So the first rule is called rule 5. It's not rule number 5, it's not the 5th rule. The name is number 5. So rule 5 is about communicating or engage into communication with 5 people each day. She mentioned that eating vegetable is very nutritious and beneficial for people's health. But there is a research about interaction with 5 people each day. It is revealed that interaction with 5 people each day is way more beneficial than eating vegetable, because it helps improve your confidence, it helps reduce social anxiety, social stress, and cortisol level. So cortisol level is the hormone of stress, which is very bad for human being. Now, rule number 2. So rule number 2 is about nurture, or naming 3 close person whom you really like most, or we can say name 3 person who are very close to you, who are the most trusted people that you know. For instance, me, I name 3 person which whom I trust most. Like I name Lee Han, I name Rotana, and I name Vajika, like that. So they are very close, and I choose 3 of them to be my positive surrounding or my positive circle to nurture me, and I also nurture them back. Like sharing love, sharing connection, and supporting other. of course the relationship is not perfect. Sometimes it can also has argument and conflict, but it's okay, we have each other. So rule 2 is very crucial. Now let's get to the last point. The last main point of the video is about spending at least 1 hour a day with a meaningful interaction or with meaningful action. So what does that mean? So the actual definition of this point is you have to spend at least 1 hour up to do something very meaningful or productive, rather than just doom scrolling, rather than just playing video game, rather than just eating junk food. So what are those things that we should do to be productive for our mental health and to reduce our social anxiety? So there's nothing much. It is simple, yet sometimes it's very complicated for most people. It's very challenging for most people to do it, because not all people are the same. So we have to, for instance, now let's use an example. For instance, I spend at least 1 hour a day visiting my high school and sitting with my friend, talking about our daily life and our actions, or activities in our university in a positive way. Like we sharing our meaning, the purpose, the meaning of our purpose in college or university. So even though it might look simple, but it is very positively impactful for my mental health, because those 3 tips aren't just normal tips that improve just mental health. Those tips can also help improve our physical traits or physical limitation. For instance, when you have stress, you cannot sleep, you have sleep deprivation, your cortisol spikes. That means that you have high cortisol or stress hormone. So your body becomes so weakened, and you have no energy, strength. You feel like you are dead inside. But when you interact with people who deeply understand you, they will help strengthen your mental strength or your inner strength. And when your inner strength is stable enough, your physical energy, your physical trait, or your physical limitation will rise up, will skyrocket to the point that to the point that it is very unbelievable. So the main point of the video has come to an end, and I hope you enjoy my video. Goodbye and see you next video.